Well, it feels great. I mean, the first event was obviously a lot of question marks coming into it about, how it would be, the production, the team, etc. I didn't know WePlay before, but now I know what it's about. I know the production, I know, the quality of everything. So I was very happy to get invited back, and obviously this is a great opportunity to just continue casting Artifact. I mean, looking at this, it's hard to improve. This is better than anything I could have ever expected. They said like circus, I'm like, okay, it'll be kind of like whatever, but they have the lights, they have the tarps up top, the posters, I mean, just everything is really amazing. So I'd have to think for like a day, and maybe I'll think of one thing to improve, but it will be quite hard to do. Media Day was a lot better this time. No warehouses, no weird rural stuff in Ukraine.
Your first media day, it was not included.
It was a warehouse adventure for like 11 hours before the event actually started, so it was like very tiring as well, but it was a fun video in the end. Maybe when I was little, but I don't remember too much. I know it's not really like a big thing in Spain. I think maybe like in the rest of the world also it kind of fell off in the past decade or two, so. But maybe when I was little like once, but never really like something I remember. I know there's like a Cirque du Soleil thing, which is more like spectacular stuff, but not like the classic like elephant, ringmaster, dangerous stuff that probably got banned in a few countries as well. So not really. This is gonna be my first circus experience I'll remember, I guess. Yes, I get compared to PewDiePie very often because apparently if you're a 20-something-year-old young Swedish-looking male, then you're PewDiePie, apparently. But I was born in Spain. I am Spanish. I've lived in Spain for the past 10 years, although I lived abroad as well. But my mom is Swedish, so most of my genes come from her, and I look, quite Swedish. So that's the answer to your question. It's because of my mom. I think they're just not really catering to the casuals too much, which is going to be like the bigger part of the player base. They kind of came out with Artifact as like a, an art form, like this perfect card game, which it is. I think it's a very complex and very good card game, but you're missing out on, kind of the casual player base that really just, creates the base for a game to have numbers in terms of viewers, in terms of players, in terms of activity and community. So it's missing that, and also like a rank system. They included a new like skill rating thing, but it's not really that great. So just, more ranked stuff, more casual stuff would help a lot, I think. No, I wish Magway and some the best. We'll see if they regret the decision of becoming players, because there's a lot of fierce competition in Artifact in any card game, which is why I don't play the game. Why play the game when you can cast it instead? You can't win or lose, you're just casting, so it's a lot better for me. But players are very good in Artifact, so it's gonna be hard. We have hyped winning 2 tournaments, a lot of great players across the field, so good luck to them, but it will be hard to make a splash on the competitive scene. Yeah, I mean, I'm still at heart a very competitive player, but just from Gwent when I went as a player to one of the events in LifeCoach's mansion, and I lost in the first round, and I got offered to cast, and then I got offered, seriously by CDPR to cast, professionally. I thought it was just a more responsible decision where I could I'm an okay player maybe, but if I don't qualify for an event, then all of a sudden, I can't make a living. So it's kind of like high roll and you have to compete, whereas with casting, if you do a good job, it doesn't really depend on skill or qualifying or not, or you get a solid living wage for every tournament you do. So it's, for me, the more responsible decision, at least in my position. Yeah, a few cards got nerfed and buffed. Just the meta by itself evolved because people try to counter the best deck, and then there's a new best deck, and then they counter that deck. So I think it's quite fresh for this tournament, and having the 2 decks instead of 1 means so that, if there's a very good deck, for example, let's say red-green ramp, it's going to be, it's very popular this tournament, 22 players are bringing it. If it wins the first game, you're not going to see it again from that player because it already won. So it's going to balance out that way as well, which means we're going to see a lot of variety, I think, in the stream, and you see a lot of different decks played throughout the event. I'm not sure if it's the best format for Artifact, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Having a bit more variety, having players master 2 decks and not just, be a one-trick pony playing only 1 deck. So, and it makes it more interesting for the viewers as well to see, how different matchups work, more variety in general. We see like blue-black aggro, we see mono-red as well, decks that we haven't seen before. So it'll be nice to see, I think. I would probably be the Beastmaster, the guy with the whip, the Ringmaster, I think, because I enjoy whipping. It's kind of a hidden secret, but whipping is nice, especially if I'm the one whipping and not getting whipped. That's the best part. But also, we've talked about making a bet, actually. We're not sure what the bet's going to be just yet, but maybe the losing caster gets thrown a pie to his face, so hopefully I'm the one throwing it and not receiving it, but we'll see what happens with that.
4, no wait.
Got him! Actually, it's funny because I've talked to Slack before. He said he's willing to be the lion. So tactically.
Well, I guess Slacks and me are gonna get, real frisky tonight. We're gonna talk about our roles and we'll see what happens at the hotel.